So I wasn't really quite sure what glory to glory meant. I'm still like, not really thoroughly, understanding it. Um, but I think I have a more of a feel for it now. And I took some notes yesterday because it's just one of those biblical, I cannot talk today. It's one of those biblical sayings that I just never fully understood the meaning of. And so I looked it up. Um, and I didn't know that it was something straight out of the Bible. I thought it was just something that people said. But apparently, Paul says it. And I'm going to read. It's from Second Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. I'm reading the King James Version. Then I'm going to go back and read the New Living Translation because that one just helps me better. The King James Version says, "But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord." And the New Living Translation says, "So all of us who have had the veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord, and the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like him as we are changed into his glorious image." That helps me so much more. But going back and like kind of detailing where the glories come from, the first glory apparently is talking about the old covenant. The old covenant is kind of more of a physical covenant. In fact, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, his face was shining. It was glowing because he was in the presence of the glory of God. And it was something that Israel could see. And then he carved the law into the stone tablets, and they had to abide by this covenant, which was, I mean, we could look at it like a physical covenant. Then we have the second glory, which is referring to the new covenant, which is the covenant between Jesus and his followers. And it's a spiritual covenant. It is awakening something within you through your faith, to follow Jesus and to be righteous in the spirit and to want and seek Jesus in the spirit. Um, and so that is more of a spiritual covenant. In fact, this, you cannot physically see it. The light that's within you, the lighting has to do with pulling away, stripping away the darkness within your heart, and lighting up your heart so that you can view the world the way that Jesus did when he walked among us. And so if the old covenant still could, it didn't lead people to death, but because they didn't understand what they should have really been seeking, they still died by the new covenant. But that covenant was still glorious, right? Because it was the work of God. Nothing about that, the law, could be unrighteous or not glorious because it is a character, it is a part of God. Um, even though it people still were led to death through the old covenant, the new covenant, how much more glorious could it be? It's also, it is so much more glorious because something within you changes. You don't have to just try to abide by laws, and still be this really terrible person on the inside. Something in you changes. Your mindset, your behaviors, all of that changes once you follow Jesus in this new covenant. So you're going from something that's glorious to something that's even more glorious. And I don't know what I used to think that it meant. I I didn't I don't know. I just didn't know. Um but this understanding of it, this is super basic understanding of it, just helped me. To when I hear it in music, when people say those lyrics, or not lyrics, but when they say that particular saying in their songs, I understand it more now. And I think it's beautiful, just like everything else that I've read in the Word. It's beautiful.